What's up, guys? Good afternoon. I'm used to saying good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about that. It looks like my hotkeys are. I have to go back and reset my hotkeys because my hotkeys are not working. So it may have just. Who knows what happened? But welcome to the live stream, guys. I'm going to do a quick live stream for you guys. Want to go over a few trading recaps today, guys. Three green trades in chat today. Beautiful day. I really want to make this video on the purpose of helping you with this title that day trading is easy. Day trading is easy. It is us that makes it hard. So what I want to stress to you going forward in your journey with trading, guys, do not give up. You guys cannot give up. You got to commit. Okay, you got to commit. Once you get past the charting, the understanding of things can get a lot easier, but you're going to find yourself down these roads where you start to veer off. You do okay, and then you just start throwing trades on when you don't even really have a plan, and it's just really just nonsense. You guys know what I'm talking about. I did it early in my career too. All right, so it's not like it's human nature, right? Your mind, understand what it is you're doing in that act. If you guys are not seeing any setups, don't put money at risk. Don't do it. I didn't trade yesterday. So what I want to focus on this is giving you guys some ideas and tips to help you guys, be able to capitalize on what these markets have to offer. It's the third week of January, third week of January, I don't know. Third week. First week of January, beautiful. Two triple digit gains. Last week, flat week, two triple digit gains, but BA and Google, they kind of offset me and I deviated. And that's not what, it happens. Okay, it's going to happen. My goal here is how to make this easier for you. Okay, how do we make trading easier for you? I need you guys to understand that in the beginning of trading, if you don't know, I'm Justin, by the way. Welcome to the Ivy League live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. If you did not have a good day, if you struggled today, it was still a good day. Unless you don't go back and learn from your mistakes. You got to go back and learn from your mistakes. So welcome. If you could do us a solid favor, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I would like to bring some institutional traders in on this stream and interview them and, pick their brains about trading and stuff like that. You would allow us to do that if you could share this video, hit that like button, and subscribe if I've earned it, okay? So how do we make trading easier, guys? When people tell you and you hear, not sure if you've ever been to Hawaii, right? The beaches are rough. You can get yourself killed. But as a human, you're like, I'm okay, man, I'm good. I got this. You don't understand the beating that you could possibly take until you get out there and say, I am not ready for that. You get hit with a wave, you're down under, and the waves are bigger and hitting harder. It's more water. It's heavier than you thought, and you weren't prepared. And then you start thinking, as you're getting pummeled in water and getting hit by these waves, I should have listened to them. I should have listened to these people, and you're just suffering to just get back to shore. You got to train. It takes an athlete to handle some of those waves, right? Just like it takes an athlete in these markets, all right? You have to be patient, number one, and you have to stick to a script, literally stick to a script, something I don't have right here, okay, because I'm exhausted. I just wanted to get something out for you guys. What we're going to do in this is I'm going to cover some of the things that you can do to help you go through your trades. Today, we had 3 green trades put on. Beautiful day, guys. Beautiful day today. Clap it up for everybody in chat. If you don't know, come join us right here on this channel. We trade live Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. Okay, we traded JP Morgan to the short side. We traded the SPY to the long side and a Tesla short. Beautiful trading action today. It brought the confidence back. This brings me back to when you're in those waves and you're drowning and you need a pickup. Just get a win, okay? Just get a win. If you're just seeing yourself going off track and you're just getting losses. You're taking losses. You're getting fed up. Okay, analyze. Step back. What are you doing? Take a breather. Take a walk. You know, people all the time say that, right? That's fine. I don't want you to take 2 weeks off, take a week off. Then you're just going to come back to the markets and not know what's going on. Does a quarterback have a bad day and he goes and sits on the bench? Does he not go to practice on Monday? Does he not still show up? Just because he had a bad day doesn't mean that he just totally gives up for a week and says, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I had a bad day. Okay? Step back. Analyze. If you don't record yourself trading or take notes. Have a report card of sorts, right? Go over everything you did that day so you can see how you... Because you're going to know how you felt, what you thought, how you reacted. But going back, you are drowning. You need to just get a win. You need to get a win to build that confidence. The confidence builder is the key to success. When you find, you know, you can just start getting those wins and start feeling like you're on top of things again. You got to get those wins. How do you do it? All right. Like I said, step back. Take a look at what you're doing. What is the market doing? It's not you. All right. So what I like to say in chat. All right. So if you want to join us, we go through trade ideas, guys. This is all free 99 for you. Come join us. We go through a pre-market game plan. We trade live right here on Ivy League Trading, right here on this channel, 7:30 to 4. You guys got to understand, sometimes the markets, it's the market and not you. Or sometimes it could be you. Maybe you're looking in the wrong spots of the market. Okay? You need to view the market as a store. Okay, when you view the market as a store, you're going to see one section has desserts or even food. One has clothes, right? One selling shoes. One selling, the seafood section. All different types. You have the grocery section, clothing section, sneaker section, boot section. All right, tattoos, haircuts. All right, where are the people at and what's going on in the market? Where are the deals? Right? Where are the deals? You even got pet stores in there sometimes. So understanding where you should be at times is also very key. All right? You have bonds, you have currencies, you have equities themselves, big tech cap, small cap, or mid tech, big tech cap, I'm sorry. You have tech stocks, you have blue chip stocks, you have dividend stocks, communication, healthcare, okay? Understanding where and what's moving by just using a few simple rules, okay? Sometimes what I will do, which I pretty much know what they're doing, look at Apple, look at United Healthcare, look at JP Morgan. You could probably look at TLT, you could look at the VIX, but that's more for, traders that have been doing this for a while. Get a broad look at the market. Look at Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, JP Morgan, UNH, and where's oil, right? Look at Oxy or Exxon. And that's going to give you a glimpse of kind of the markets, okay? That's just a very small part of the markets, but you can see what's going on for the most part. Are they all collectively going up? Is it banks going up and tech's going up, but healthcare's down, energy's down? Right, you're going to start to see the mix. Use the indexes, right? Track the SPY, track the Qs, the Dow, and the IWM all together. Which one is leading, which one is lagging? These are all things that can help you. But there's one more thing that's, I think, more important than this, that we can throw a life jacket at you. So when you do get to shore, you can be ready to take on those waves again. All right? And that's not trying to fight the trend, number one. But number two, more importantly, is finding the trend and riding the trend. Okay, right now you're getting pummeled. You just need a wind. If you get on a trade, I don't give a shit if it's $5. Take it. Okay, take a piece off. Just start getting some of those wins and get your confidence up. Stay committed. Again, sometimes it's the market and not you. The market is trading you. You aren't trading the market. Okay, you got to earn that right to take the risk, but when you're just consistently just not making progress, all right, there's a lot that I can get into with that, but the most basic thing that I can help you with is if I showed you this chart right now, how would you trade it? Right? What do you see? Well, we all see this nice rally that we've put in. And what are we doing? We're consolidating. We're putting in a high and a low. You can identify right here the high and the low. Does that look like something you want to trade? You could. You could be selling calls. You could be selling puts, and you could be doing your spreads. You could be buying the bottom, selling the top. Right? It's in a consolidation phase. Understanding what it's doing. If it's in the middle of this range here, why are you trying to just with all your might force the market to go long or go short? Because it doesn't mean that the market's going to move in your favor, especially when you're trading options. For you options traders out there, you want to make sure that when you put that trade on, that you have institutional, call it market, at your back, where it's going to give you that move. You're going to know right out the gate whether or not it's going to be moving. You're just going to know. All right. If you're new, you may not know. But if we're putting in, quarters, if you look at the market at 9:30 and you go back at 10:30, and let's just say the S&P opens at 400, and you go back 2 hours or an hour later, okay, it's 10 o'clock, we'll say 10:30, and it's at 399.50. It's moved 50 cents. Chances are the indexes aren't where you want to be. Either it's because there's not really any data, or because there's data coming up. Maybe the market's made a nice move and it needs time to breathe. Analyze yourself. If you're forcing trades, or if you're not, it's not that you're forcing, you just can't get the directions right. You got to go back. All right. Where are the sellers? Where are the buyers? Locate them and wait for it to get there. Don't put it. I don't care if you don't trade for 3 days and you're watching a basket of stocks. That could be the other thing. See, this can get down to a whole lot of things. Is your watch list 10 lists long, and you're just scrolling through Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Google, right? Thinking you're going to catch them? No. Which one has news? Which one do you think is at a technical level, right? Which one's running? Out of that group, I can tell you right now which one I'd be long. That'd be Microsoft. But it's at all-time highs. Listen, it's going. Go with the tide, okay? The sale is on. It's time to buy. You got Jordan 4s here. They're closing down shop. They're trying to get rid of them at a discount for 50%. You're a buyer. It's going higher. You're a buyer. Don't try to fight the trend. Oh, I think it's going to reverse and pull back, and I want to catch that reversal. Nope. If you think it's going to reverse, you wait for it to reverse. Let it show you that it's going to reverse and not just pull back and consolidate. Right now, the trade would be to the upside. This is just a example. So when you're trying to find names or find stocks, make sure, look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to the upside. You're even after 3, you're seeing the trend. Find the trend. Don't find something that's all the way at just either consolidating, or it's already ran for a whole week, all right, and you think you're going to be special enough to just catch the reversal, okay? If the stock's all the way down at lows, so find a trend. Find something that you can find. If you need to keep a stock that's not volatile, go to Ford, go to Steel, go to something. They may not be moving right now, so I don't want to say that, and I can't give you suggestions, right, on what to do. But what I can do is, tell you some of the things that I do. Find the trend. Make sure you're in the right place of the market. All right? I traded JP Morgan to the short side today. Beautiful trade. Tesla to the downside. I identified Tesla was not going to give me much today, and it felt like a consolidation day. So when it gave me my money, I ran. I got paid. I just wanted to get paid. Keep it moving. The SPY. Caught the SPY today. All right, we're going to go over these. All right, we caught the SPY today. I came in Sunday, and I didn't expect the markets to do much unless we had a surprise. So therefore, I already know I'm not going to be, more than likely, I'm not going to be trading the indexes. And if I do, I am not expecting much. Okay, now unless something changes from my game plan, that news comes out, something happens where I'm going to get that follow through. I'm going to let it show me that direction. I'm going to back it up with my indicators, and I'm going to get some time, and I'm going to go long or I'm going to go short, and I know my targets. And as it gets to those targets, I'm going to take it off. But more importantly, if it gives me a nice move, and if I'm in options, not a seller, and I don't have any spreads on it, I'm just buying options, right? It gives me that nice move, I'm taking it. I'm going to take a piece. Pay yourself. Consistently pay yourself, because you need to get your confidence up. You're drowning. You need help. Okay? This is what I'm trying to help you with. Find something that has a trend. Get those wins under your belt. Get a few under your belt. And then start to, find out, your game plan, and go on with the trade, that whether it's a swing trade, a nice day trade, that you find something that comes out that has news. So it's us that makes trading difficult. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not go over your trades and you do not identify what you made, what you lost, and you're keeping track of your plan, and go over your plan in the beginning of that trade and how it ended up, you're not going to identify yourself in what the things that you're doing as an emotional human, right, does when we get to a mild level and it just pulls back, and then you notice you're in weeklies and you don't want to get time. You're sacrificing that price for time, I guess you could say, because you don't want to get an extra a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because you just think it's going to move. There are times when you could use weeklies, when you have institutional backing at your back right off the gates, right? And it's just going to go, and it's just gap and go, and it's not looking back, and it's going to be a 4, 5, 6% day, depending on the name, okay? Right? Those days are a bit different. You can use those for intraday trades. So find out where it is you're struggling. Where are you drowning? Were the waves too big? Was it too stormy? What was it? Were you not in shape? Right? Did you need to do some laps and give it some time before you went out on those big waves? What was it? Identify it. But I want to tell you, don't make it difficult. Identify where the sellers are, identify where the buyers are, and are the sellers stepping down or the buyers stepping up? So if I just took you to the SPY, I could take you to Microsoft right now. What do we see here? Buyers are stepping up. This is buyers stepping up. And right now, these 2 days, looks like we're going to consolidate. So what I would look and say is, okay, I'm going to look for, all right, well, I've already got an identification right now today at 385 that support. Those buyers are still there, stepping up. Okay, until something changes. 394, are those sellers still there or are they not? Okay, well, if we were to pull back into 385, chances are, right? Chances are, if we get a light volume pullback, and I would look to go long there. All right, I know I should at least get to 390 up into this 393. I'm shooting for 394 because that's where the sellers are. The sellers are at 390 to 394. The buyers are stepping up. Just an example, okay? I have a few SSD cards. So the videos that I'm going to be putting out here forward are going to be edited, and they're going to be a lot better. So these live streams, I know it's rookie, but I want to help you guys trade, guys. All right, you guys can do this. You just have to get educated and learn how to do this stuff. If you hear people say options are a scam, if options are this or that, yes, they're risky. But guess what? We manage our risk, and there is a formula to managing that risk. If you don't follow it, then yes. If you don't know about it, then yes, you probably will fail. Okay? But join us. Participate in chat. Okay? You have some ideas, you have questions, ask them. I mean, you can ask the questions now if you'd like. So I want to stress that trading is easy. Trading gets difficult when we make it difficult. Okay? When those difficult times start to show themselves, we need to step back and say, okay, what's going on? Is the market just trading sideways and I'm just forcing trades and I'm just throwing what at the wall and hoping it sticks? What's going on? Let's dial it back. What's the economic data like? What's the sentiment? Okay, they want to bring, the labor market's a bit tight right now. The Fed wants to start seeing the labor market soften. So we want to start seeing that labor market soften. Chances are, if the labor market isn't softening through the next few months going through time, okay, the chances of the rate hikes of the rate cuts coming is probably slim done. But that's down the road stuff, right? Intraday trading, whether you find stocks that have news, upgrades, downgrades, that's what I want to focus on. Okay. But the trends, that's nice to know the trend and all. Okay. Make trading easy. Okay. If the buyers are stepping up, you're stepping up with them. Sometimes you have to pay more. I do it all the time where I don't want to pay up because I have my entry, I miss it, I don't take it. It is what it is. I have to live with that. That right there can help get it frustrated. And why am I bringing this up? Last week, my week was about flat. I was about profitable. I have to go back and look. But if I made anything, to me, it was a flat week. I went against the grain on Boeing, okay? And what happened was I did not give myself enough time, and I also did not stick to my plan. I can take you to it really quickly, all right? Very small loss, manageable loss, no big deal, okay? But the point is right here, I identified where are the sellers. Where are the sellers? Well, in the morning, if I were to pan this out, all right, this is going to get deep, so bear with me on this, okay? This is where this is all going to. If this is what we see when we open up, right? Okay, we're starting to go there. So I've identified this location at 231, but I have this pink location at 234. That's the sweet spot. What happens? We start going up into this level, right? And I start thinking, am I going to get a chance at 233 or 234? Am I going to get a chance at 231? What if I don't get that chance and the chance is now? Right? You start to see this down tick here. Sorry if you can't see it. Okay? So what that does is psychologically, if it falls out of bed, so what? Then I pay up for it. If we crack this pre-market lows, then I know we've got a few bucks to go. We haven't cracked a few. If intraday, I'm obviously not identifying. Well, we haven't broken the pre-market lows. Okay, so as it goes up, what happens is I get short here at this level at 230, and I say, this is where I wanted to be short in the morning, not here. This could be an area, but I wanted to show me that that's going to be an area. Well, what happens is I sacrifice price for time, and I managed my loss. I only lost a little bit of money. I stopped myself out. What happened? It went right to where I identified where the sellers were, okay? And guess what? It never got past that area that I identified where the sellers were. They still haven't left. Guess what? They're still there. They're still here. This is where they showed up. And guess what? They're still sitting in their seats. Bang, bang, bang. And guess what? And I said this. I said, they're going to make this a bit hard. You're going to have to get time. I said this on the live stream. You guys can go back and watch it. And then what do we do? And I said, we're going to come in with a gap down. And I already, I should have this and that. That's irrelevant. There it is. That pre-market lows we talked about. Cracks a low a day. Those contracts it was a little over $1 that I got in. And they were 270, 260 or something. But I couldn't hold because I was not going to risk those sellers not being there, and it makes a high, and it takes time because I sacrifice price for time. Pay up, guys. One thing, I would much rather have 20% on a $1,000 position than 60% on a $100 position, if that makes sense. Okay, I think I would much rather have $200 on a $1,000 position. I'm using small currency numbers. Okay, I could throw out 10,000. I could throw out 100,000, making it simple. Okay, keeping it real with y'all, because I know the majority of you guys that are just getting started, I would hope you're not going to throw your life savings away when you're just getting started into this game. You have to be a trained athlete. You have to understand that as time goes on, you're going to progress and get better if you find the right education. Okay, first and foremost, go with somebody that has your back. What is the word? See, I'm not good with words, and I need to get better with them. What is their motive? right? What is other people's motives? Are they there to just say, hey, join and come trade with us because I want your money? Or do they really want to help you? Or are they just here to just take your money and upsell you? What is it? What is the motive? Understand it. This is my motive, is to help you because I want you on those 3 winning trades that we were on today. All right? I want you there. I don't want to be celebrating these alone. Right? This is me. My confidence has been built because I've been getting my winners. Now back to what I was saying. If you guys could, if I've earned it, give us a like, subscribe, and possibly share this. That would be awesome because there's somebody out there that would love to be here right now that does not know about us. God bless you and thank you. So this Boeing trade starts off, okay, I've stopped out. No big deal. Then we go to Google. I'm not going to get into it. All right. I have a loss on Boeing, so I dwindle my position size on this, and I fight the trend. Look at this. And I knew it was going higher. And guess what? It was on this day right here. Right there. And right here is where I had the opportunity to take the long, and I didn't. I had the opportunity, again, to take the long. And I know it. It's holding pre-market highs on what? Look at the volume. I have everything telling me, hey, look at this was my, that's your inclination right there. Look at that. That's like, hey, the direction's been picked. Look at the trade line, that yellow trade line. Don't fight the trend. All right. But here I'm like, oh, I just want to, we need to retest. We need to retest this area. We have not tested 137.50, blah, 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 blah. We have not made that area support. Okay. We have not made it support. Well, guess what? It went all the way up to 143. And that's okay. It's okay. I knew it would, but guess what? I was only able to do this because I was only able to be okay because I had a double-digit gain, took profits 2 times on Apple, and I think it was Tesla or the SPY. It was the SPY. This week it was the SPY. Last week when we had that nice big reversal on the S&Ps. So I was okay. My losers are enough to where it doesn't take me much to be green, and that's the point. But that's not the point here. The point here is if you're just struggling and you're seeing everyone else win, all right, don't get frustrated, all right? Take the wins. It gives you whatever. I don't care what it gives you because when you're in that part of frustration, because this Boeing and Google, I started to bring it into this week. Like, I didn't trade yesterday, and that's okay. I didn't see nothing. I said, I'm going to fix this, right? I'm going to fix this Boeing and Google trade from last week. And I didn't lose. I made them up. I was okay. But it was psychologically that I was like, I wanted to build my confidence up. So let's go over the trades today. We're going to go into Taiwan Semiconductors. We have earnings from them tomorrow. We're going to get our first look into semiconductors. I wanted to get this out of the way because it's the title of the video, and anyone that watches this, if you guys want to help me, like it, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We get there, you will never hear me say like and subscribe again. I promise. 2, I just wanted to get this out of the way, and then we're going to go into some trade ideas that I have. We'll cover some of the trades that I took today and some of the stuff I'm looking at for tomorrow. We're going to get our first look into semiconductors. You have Taiwan Semiconductors tomorrow. Got all the levels for you. Tell you exactly what I think's, and not what I think's going to happen, but if this, then that. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the likes. I really do. All right. So coming into this week, I wanted to win. All right. I wanted to win. I needed to get myself back on track. Not that I was like off track, but psychologically, I was like, because what happens is I'm looking at Boeing, like that was my month right there, right? I'm looking at that Boeing trade like, man, if I would have just went to where I said I wanted to get short and got short, instead of getting short in front of it and giving and having to wait that $5 and not giving myself time, just everything about that I wanted to fix, and I wanted to bring that into this week, right? I went out to the waves, I got crushed, and I wanted to swim, right? I wanted to swim. I didn't want to fight the tide. So that brings me to today. Yesterday, I did not see anything that I liked. I think I tried. I think I tried to get into, it may have been Tesla. I think that trade got away from me. I know I tried something yesterday or was attempting to, and the trade just got away from me. You know, it's all good because guess what? We come in today, not one, not two, but 3 green trades. Very busy day. Very busy day. All right, I'm exhausted. So let's jump right into whatever you guys want. We'll go over the trades of the day real quick, and then we'll go right into the stocks that I'm watching tomorrow and how I plan on trading them. First trade of the day, very early on. What are we doing? We're just going to get some wins under our belt. So what do we do? All right. First thing is the SPY. Now I know, and I said this, you guys can go back to the live stream. The live stream is posted. Okay, it should be right here from today, 6 hours ago, right? Let me turn this sound off. But you can see, whoa, wait, why is there a, what? I was going to say, I'm not monetized. Let's see, 8:30. So I get, my morning starts 4:30, 5 o'clock. All right, going over yields. Man, China, just speaking of yields, just China in and of itself. So anyway, if you go right here, you'll see all the trades. They're all documented. Put them in chat, all that fun stuff. Had some issues with the camera, no big deal. So here's Tesla. We were already short. We caught this whole downside trend. It was this one, or I think it was this one right there. But we said it wasn't really good doing this. Anyway, let's get into the charts. I do apologize. So it's all posted up right there. The S&Ps today, guys. I called this out in chat. All right. Let's get some wins under our belt. We got a nice little quote unquote double bottom here. Everything that I was looking at indicated a long. All right. Now, not let's go to 475. If it would have went there, it would have went there. I don't know. We as it extends, we extend with it. Okay. It extends. We'll take profit. You know, stay in the trade as long as you can. You run out of shares. You run out of shares. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So right there, literally on the bottom of this candle, I said in chat, I said, guys, if you guys are looking for a small trade, a scalp, whatever you want to call it, look for the SPY. These actually went just under, what was it? It was right around 80%. I think the entry was like 60 cents and they went all the way to, where did they go? They went to like over $1. So I can't remember, guys. Can't remember like verbatim. But it was 4 minutes, and I remember, I'm like 4 minutes, and you pretty much got 100%. And I was saying, if you guys aren't taking profits, I don't know what you're doing. All right, because like, what more do you want just in that quick of a time? And again, we would have stayed in this trade. This is not like this plan for this was not a scalp. It was the risk to reward, and every other thing that I'm seeing is stating that this is going to set up for a long. How long is it going to go, or how far up to the upside is it going to go? Don't know, don't care, because right now we want to get wins. We want to pack in some wins. We want to earn the right to take the risk. We want to get some money going here. That's our job. We have one number, and I say this all the time. Remember the task. We have one number. Our job is to make that number bigger. It does not matter how you do it. I don't care if you sell spreads. I don't care if you just buy the stock itself. If you buy options. If you buy the VIX, you do double leverage, triple leveraged, whatever. Your job is to make that number bigger. No matter how big, no matter how little, just make it bigger. Don't make it smaller. Okay? Appreciate your money. Take care of your money. Wait for those setups. Wait to identify a trade. And when you get it, if you're in a position where you feel like, you know, you're just not getting ahead, start locking in. I don't care if you do it for 2-3 weeks, a month. Lock in those small gains. And I tell you right now, after a few weeks, you're going to be like, oh shit, I got a lot more money than I thought. Because all those losses you were taking, not getting anywhere, right? Get the confidence built up, okay? If you do not know how to read a chart, if you do not know how to understand sentiment and a lot of the other things that go on with Trading On You New, please reach out, okay? My information is right there in the description below. We took this off right around, you guys could have taken it off wherever you wanted. But if you weren't happy with damn near 100%, in a few minutes, it was like this was not intended to be a scalp, but what happened was we just got this follow through on this volume, right? We got that follow through right off of that support level. And where were the sellers? We identified the sellers were here, so we know we can at least get somewhat to there, right? We've seen this resistance. We're seeing the support. Chances are, and it did, it went and it broke it. Okay, you did get some further upside too. All right, but the fact that you didn't get those pullbacks, you know, and it just went from, you know, 471 471 to 472 in 4 minutes, you know, that really in a daily or the next day, a weekly, whatever, was a nice trade. Okay. All right. So that was the first one. Second one, Tesla. Okay. Took the Tesla short. And once again, I knew what I was doing here. My goal was, now I was watching this. My goal was to just get those wins. We're just going to start stacking, whether they're small wins, big wins. If they run, they run. Okay. So as this opens up in the morning, okay, I say, this is where I want to be short. And I identified that we're not getting it. Okay. Again, this is all in the video description, recorded live. This was the level we were wanting to get short at. Now, in the morning, we had already planned that if Tesla can give us the extension, we want to start looking to take Tesla down to 200, right? 205, okay? Because it's pretty clear the direction that's picked. So when we opened up, we looked for yesterday's close, okay? We looked for yesterday's close. Now, there's a few things I'm going to go over with you later. Okay, now look at the trade line. Like we're really extended here, and we're looking for a bounce. Yesterday was the trade. That's what it was. The long on Tesla. Okay, if you weren't with us yesterday, you guys got to join us and participate. Let us know you're there. Say hi. Ask questions. Throw your trade ideas. We called this out for you for the long. And this is the trade that I missed because it just went, and I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. Right, I tried to wait for a pullback to the pre-market highs, and I just never got it. Okay, so that was the trade yesterday that I missed. I knew there was a trade that I missed. No big deal. All right, so we're getting back on track. I was on a 1 minute chart. Well, here's when I trade. I will trade here. All right, this is what you guys will see when you guys join us. All right, we trade here live Monday through Friday. 7:30 to 4. So when I'm looking at a 1 minute, okay, I got my 3 minute, all right, got my 3 minute, got my 5, or not my 5, but my 15, and I got my daily because I want to see what's going on, all right. As a trader, I want to know what the hell is going on. Now, there's a lot of lines here, and I apologize. So anyway, it's not important. So I will go to a 1 minute chart real quick. This was the second trade of the morning, okay, already stacking up 2 trades. And then the big one. And then the big one. And listen, there was a fourth that I did not take. All right. And I stated it in that live stream. You're going to see, I said, let's see if the SPY starts to rally at 230. You're going to start to see it turn around. Or let's see if we see it turn around. And I said, before you know it, you're going to look at 315, 330, and it's just going to be rallying into the close. And we'll see what the SPY did. And I said that lunchtime, morning, 11 o'clock-ish is when I said that. All right, the trade on Tesla, right here. I can go back in my broker to go look. I identified it was right here because this was the level. I said, okay, is Tesla going to give us that bounce to pre-market low, like not pre-market lows, but the support level of the top end of the support level? I'll show you what I mean. All right, this is what I mean right here. This pink line right here. That was prior support at 216, and we have it all written down. 216, 220, 215 short. We went through this all pre-market. All right, so we knew where we wanted to get short if we got to these levels, and we could not break through them. This was the main target, was around 220. All right, that would have been right around yesterday's close, right? Yeah, right around yesterday's close because we've extended so much. So let me make this quick. That was our second trade. We did not get, literally right here on that candle. on that candle right there, guys, is where I got short. And literally, this was the exit. That was the exit. All right? That was the exit. We got it. It didn't hold. It made the break. It retested. We got the follow through. And when we came down, guess what? Why did I get out of this trade? Right there. There's more. Why else did I get out? Okay, why else did I exit that trade? Because look at the volume there. It is increasing, yes. It is increasing. But look here. That's a low volume pullback. Okay, so I'm identifying that this whole pullback, for the most part, or this, I'm just looking at the volume and I'm like, I don't like the volume. When we got this follow through, I took it off. I didn't like the volume, guys. The volume is nowhere near this. I want to start seeing on this break extension, why is this candle not like this, right? I want to start seeing something up here in the 600,000 to 700,000 in a minute. All right, I want to see 600,000 to 700,000 shares traded, and already from yesterday, last week, the volume is already low. So I know we're already extended. I'm not looking for much on this trade. This is what you're not also understanding as a trader, and I've been doing this for over 10 years, is close to 10 years, I'm sorry, is that I already understand we've extended. We're so extended. Yes, I want to look to get this to 200, but we need a nice bounce to go like really bring in some more sellers if we're going to go further. All right, and I said it all day was we're going to need to go higher to go further down. All right, that was what I was saying. So that was the second trade. Two trades. This Tesla trade paid nice. I was so happy after this trade. All right, it paid a lot more than I thought it would. I was happy. This really put me in the driver's seat, guys. This was the big one. This wasn't even the big one. This was the big one. Let's go to JP Morgan. We have been watching JP Morgan for probably 3 weeks now. All right, we've been talking about it for the short, the long. All right, I have been watching JP Morgan since all of this back here in this consolidation. All right, for about 3 weeks since December, we have been talking about the banks. All right, we have been seeing this consolidation. So what you have to understand here is on these earnings, you have this breakout. All right, and if you were to go look at Bank of America and all these other ones, they weren't horrific, but they weren't great, right? They're, so point being, whether they were good, whether they were bad, whatever they were, JP Morgan pulled back, extended to the highs at this double top and tried to hold it. Look at it consolidating right here. Look at that consolidation right here. All right, that's right here with that double top. All right, right there at that double top. Bang, bang. All right. It didn't hold. We never got the extension. All right. So what we did was we were being patient, right? It looks like it wants to go. It looks like it wants to go. I never took this trade, and I wish I did. I wish I was already short. You retested right here. Look at that triple top in there, solidifying more downside. And I want to say that I made this gray box so afterwards. Just don't even worry about the gray box. This was my stop loss area that I was giving JP Morgan that I've had up for a couple days. All right, this is where I wanted to get short. So anyway, we identify that we're in a downtrend yesterday. All right, I said it. If you were not on the live stream Sunday night, yesterday, I have already told you guys that I'm looking for a bounce into 169, 171, 170.50. I want to look for a bounce into that earnings day close area where the buyers held this up, and it finally broke. Well, guess what we got today? What did we get today, folks? All right, I'll just go to a 1 minute, make it cute. All right, this was the run up, right? That was yesterday, and this is today. Where did we get to? You got right to that 169, 170, 160. You got to 169 is where you got. So, and I've said it in chat. Everyone knows when we get there, I want to be short. and I've went through the levels, okay? When I've said where I'm taking profit, I'm looking for this to be a swing trade. Today it did not become a swing trade because of the amount that it gave me just today. All right, and I said I'm going to look to re-enter this if we get a bounce back. But you want to look to see if you get that gap down. That's where you're really going to get paid, if it gives it to you. You do have a little bit of a support level here. Okay, you got a support level here at 165. So I said at 169, I was going to be taking off profits at the prior day's close just to take a little bit off to manage that risk. We get that pullback. I'm looking at 168. Okay, so that's about $1.50, depending on how we get there. That's a place of profit taking. It you don't have to, but you know, because what I'm trying to say is that you don't know how you're going to get to 168, right? What if we have a huge increase in volume and it's just plowing? All right, I'm gonna let it go, and as it extends, right? If it extends through 168, then maybe I'd take a piece off at 167.80. All right, but 167 was the area that where we looked to get to that pivot high from yesterday, where I said that's going to be a piece. All these dotted lines, okay? These dotted lines right here. There's a gap here. I wanted to take some off going into the gap. This was a support level that I wanted to have at least half the position off from 169 to 166. That's a nice trade on JP Morgan, okay? This was the targets, okay? You have the 50-day down here, all right? But this was the targets, okay? If we could get down here, right? Try to meet up with that 50-day moving average, the daily. All right, that was JP Morgan. Killer trade, guys. Look at the extension it gave us. I took the trade off. I said, let me just try to re-enter it. Guys, it gave me everything for the most part down to 166, roughly. 166.50 just from lunchtime to the afternoon, right? We entered this trade literally, guys. We entered this trade right about here, right about there is where we did it. I think I got, a matter of fact, I think I got short like right here on that, right? And we got the bounce back, and I don't think I can give you guys the timestamps. But I think this bounce back, yes, it is. Because this bounce back, it was either this bounce back or this one. It was this one. Because I waited a little bit. I started putting orders in here to try to get a nice fill, right? So I've got two trades. I'm owning the day. Listen, JP Morgan's went to 169. Oh, hey, right? It's pulled off of it. So I'm like, shit, I got to get short. This is going to be a swing trade. So I start noticing that this is a lower high, and it's starting to roll over, right? I'm starting to see it roll over, and it's looking to break 168. And guess what, man? By 2:30, we were like, how much more do we want? All right, I said it in chat that you'll probably get the gap down. Well, we don't know, but if you get a gap down, okay, it's going to pay. But you could come in with a gap up, look to re-enter it, trade it, because again, this level here is a bit of a level, okay? It's not a major level, but, your buyers are in this area here just nibbling. So that was the third trade today, guys. 3 green trades today. Huge day for us today in chat. Come join us, all right? Come join us. And again, the point of this video is if you need a win, you need a win. Like if you're just having a bet, if you're just struggling, if it's just one of those time periods where the market is trading you and you're not trading the market, again, step back. Is the market just in a range and things aren't moving and I'm just throwing what at the wall and hoping it sticks? Go back and analyze, okay? And then say, all right, I'm identifying this is my buyer, these are my buyers, these are my sellers, this is where they're at. Buyers are stepping up, sellers are stepping down, so I'm going to be short. Buyers are stepping up, I'm going long. I want to catch the trend. I don't want to get cute, try to get the reversal, this and that. If this thing is going up, like Microsoft, Google, just get long. Ride it out. Give yourself time. Make it easy. Okay? Don't buy $5, $10, $15, $20 out the money because it's cheap in a week. Okay? You want to buy $2, $3 and get you want to buy $2 to $3, $2 out the money where you know you can get to it and put 2 weeks on, that's probably ideal. Okay, give yourself time, because again, even if you buy one contract, it is better to get 50, 45% on 300, a $300 contract than it is to make, I don't know, 50%, 100% on a 25-cent contract, a 50-cent contract, and you get even 200%. I would much rather that 40, 50% on one $300 contract than I would 4 or 5 25-cent contracts. Okay, guys, options are not a scam. You just have to know how to trade them. Come join us. We trade live right here Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. Let's get into the charts with tomorrow, because again, I'm exhausted. And I do have a last little bit of my little cup of joy here. And that was it. That's just like caramel. That's really just caramel. So, if you could, if we've earned it, just give us a like and a sub. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I swear to God, you'll never hear me say it again. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, you ain't going to hear me say like, subscribe again. I promise. And I'm sorry I have to do it. The only reason I'm doing it is because, again, I'm trying to get some institutional traders on here that we can really get some stuff going. And if you'd allow me to be able to do that, I appreciate it, right? Share it. If you know somebody that would like to be here and learn, ask questions, ask away. This is what we're here for. This is our motive, is to help you, all right? Question what the others' motives are, all right? Are they there to help benefit you? All right? So let's go to one thing I noticed today. We're going to go into TSM. We're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to make it quick. Guys, keep an eye on the VIX. If you're trading the SPY, you may already know this. You may be already be able to tell with the contracts. But she's been sneaky. Now, why do I think the VIX is doing this? All right, this is what I think. I don't know. But here's what I can tell you that I think is going on. And don't even mind whatever these two lines are, because I just did it at the end of the day, kind of BSing. And real quick, the last trade of the day, again, everything was recorded live. I did not take it because I was like, all right, I'm pressing my luck here. How much more do I need? I said it in lunchtime on this pullback. I said, you're going to see, I said, let's see if we see the SPY start to try to rally at the end of the day. We look at it 2:45, 3 o'clock, and then look 3:30, and it's just going and going like to the end of the day. But at the end of the day, we'll go over the analysis. All right. It kind of did that at the end of the day. We said for the long, okay? I did say, guys, if you want to think about a long on the pullback here on the SPY, we said it right here. That pullback right there into this area, and then you could have gotten this into the bell, right? That's what you would have gotten. Even if you just took it to the previous support level, right? Your risk is pretty dang good, right? That's your risk for the most part, okay? That's your risk for the most. What I'm talking about is this pivot low, right? If it doesn't stick this area right here at 470.49, okay, and it doesn't, try to hold on there, then your chances are you're putting in a double bottom. Just get the hell out. Don't even waste your time with it. We've had 3 beautiful trades. Like, there's no reason to even do it. I didn't even trade it because I didn't need to. All right, so the VIX. Keep an eye on the VIX. Now, why do I think the VIX is rising? I think what you're seeing is a lot of these fund managers and money managers are up a lot on positions. Okay, I think that they're up a lot on positions, and what we're seeing here is a hedge in case you get some of the big boys that don't report as well, and or the market not take it as well. Now, they've already kind of like they've been doing it for 2 years, right? They've been kind of like guiding lower, and then they come in and they smash earnings, and they're like, well, we still don't think with the economic data and stuff like that. Good morning, Animal. How you doing, my guy? I hope you had hope you're doing well, my friend. So, the VIX. Just keep an eye on the VIX. The VIX is rising, and then the only thing that I can think of is, okay, what do we have ahead? You have the government shutdown that's possibly looming. I guess they have to make it. They're coming to a deal Saturday, I guess. You have earnings coming up, so it's like there's a little bit of volatility up ahead, okay? And you could be seeing a little bit of hedging and bracing just in case something happens. And that's why I think the VIX is rising. Middle East concerns, right? But I don't think it's Middle East. I think it's more so possibly a government facing a shutdown, not coming to a deal, and or earnings or both. Okay, so just be aware of that. We have shot up these. Look at this gap. We've just been gapping and going, gap and go, gap and go. We rejected the 200 days. So what I may do, if we get 14, you might see me buy some, right, just to get it on, because I don't see why we can't get to 16. All right, I have a double standard deviation. I think each standard deviation is around $8, guys. Now, there's a lot that I don't say in these streams. I can give you guys the information here, which it's pretty good to know. So the VIX, one standard deviation is 8 points, right? 20, 28, 36, 44, 52. Now, what is the resemblance of that, right? They're all standard deviations. Now, if you look here, okay, let's look at them. Where is the low? The low's at 20, and you're starting, what, resistance, what is that, 27? All right, and what do we have here? 28, right? 28's the two standard deviations. Pullback, okay. So 20, right? Here's the standard deviation is usually 8 points. So you want to look for those 8-point increments. All right. Just to give you guys a heads up. All right. One standard deviation is about 8 points for the VIX. So you'll look for $8 increments. All right. You go from, 10 to 18. That's one standard deviation. 18 to what? 26, whatever it is. Okay. That's 2, 3, 4 standard deviations. You start getting it at 3, 4 standard deviations on the VIX. You probably want to start buying some stocks, buying some calls, puts on the VIX, something, maybe short the VIX. That's just what that's telling you, right? Once you get to that 4th standard deviation move, it's telling you that it's a bit overextended, right? You can see here, where was it always? Roughly, right? 34, right? Is 34 a number? Let me just go back and look just to make sure. Like I said, some of this stuff, 36. Sorry, 36 was the number. 36 was the number we were looking for. I can't help but to think of Cat Williams. So sorry about that. I'm spilling this Starbucks and all that. So that's that. Keep an eye on the VIX. All right, TSM. Let's go into TSM. We're getting our first look into semiconductors tomorrow morning. All right. This is what I'm going to look for. Got all the levels already ready. You have a gap fill ahead of you. You have a gap below you. All right. Major support level. Whoa. I don't want to remove old drawings. No. This mouse is catchy. Okay. I could go to a weekly to make it look better. Real quick, guys. Other than hitting that like and subscribe. God, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Smash that like button for me. China. All right, you guys are going to start hearing a lot of talks about China. They've been in a free fall here. This is actually a weekly chart. If I show you the daily, it looks a lot worse. Okay, look at that. Just not investable. All right, but it's okay because I feel like the bottom isn't coming in just yet, but there is the bottom, which would be 12,230. Okay, you could look at China ADR indexes in the markets to trade this if you would like to. You got a bit of a support level here, but it broke at 16 whatever. All right, just wanted to show you guys that. It's in a free fall. It's not doing well here. All right, TSM. So you guys can see here at this gap and go. Gap and go, right? Right there. Bada bing, bada boom. So major level here, guys. Okay, if Taiwan poops on earnings, all right, my target is going to be $95. If it breaks $95, okay, hello, 85, 84. All right, but I'm going to look for that. What do we have coming up here? If I had to take a guess, all right, I feel like you're going to get a earnings that brings this stock down, personally. Why do I say that? Because I feel like the 200-day and this gap fill above us, okay, is setting up for like a little bump higher into this gap here at 104-ish. Now, this is earnings, dude. I'm not going to know. This is just a guess. If I had to say the way that this is setting up, it's setting up bullish in a way to get up to 110. But if I had to say, I think the trade would be down to the 200 and 100-day moving average. You had some nice volume here today. $95 is the level I'm going to look to get to. Now you do have a gap at 97 to 98. All right, there's a gap there, but 95 is the support zone for TSM. That is the support zone. So if it has bad earnings tomorrow, I'm going to look for the bounce back to the 50-day moving average, which is this red line, this red box here. All right, that red box, and or this 99, right, high 98s, 99 to 100, 99 to 100. I'm going to look for that area to be resistance, catch the bounce, get short, and try to stay in this trade. You know, it depends on how it gives it to us, right? If it just starts trending down all day, I'll be taking profits. I'll probably be out of it by the end of the day. If, you know, we'll see what happens. To the downside, $95. All right, that's the level. You start getting into the gap again at 96 to 98. It's like 96.75. So 97 to 98 is the gap to the downside, but I still think it could give you enough room to get down to 95, psychological 95. All right, for the upside, I'm going to look to see if it gets above this gap, and if we can get a pullback into this pivot, right? 105. Really, the long, if we get a pullback into 104, okay, 104 is where I would like to really take the long. Not sure if it'll give you that. All right, so monthly value area high is at 105. So that pivot high here on the daily, 105. We're going to look for that to be support. All right, you had a nice increase in volume here. All right, that don't mean nothing. As bullish as that might seem, doesn't really mean anything because we have a gap. You can look here on the weekly chart. Does this mean we're going to fill the gap and then reverse it on a bad earnings, or the market takes it as bad? All right, but 110 to the upside, 95 to the downside. Now, if we open up and it makes just this huge move, join us tomorrow right here in chat and we'll go through the whole trade. All right, we'll go through what we think. Is there even a trade there? Remember, just because something's going up and something's going down doesn't mean that it's a long or a short, okay? That doesn't mean you should be trading it. All right, you really want you want the institutional money behind you to give you that follow through, to give you that bang for your buck. All right, so that's TSM. All right, that's TSM. It's pretty simple, right? To the downside, I want to look for the bounce back to 100, but really it's 98 to 99, that 50-day moving average. Get short at the 50-day roughly and look to try to pull this thing back down to 95. Or, so we are after hours, we are up trying to hold that level. So, you know, we'll see what happens. It feels like they're front running this earnings play right now, and unless they know something we don't, unless you guys have news and have heard something. All right, look here, what happened? It filled the gap and it's not holding. 104 is not holding. All right, so that's TSM. We'll play it as we get it tomorrow. Microsoft, very strong. Okay, Microsoft is strong, very strong stock. So what I would look for at Microsoft is just to keep riding the strength. I feel like it's got to cool down a bit. It's probably going to consolidate. If we do get a pullback on Microsoft down to 382, you know, there's a couple different ways that I would play Microsoft. All right, and that's got to be the pullback. All right, I'm not going to play the pullback. I'm going to wait for the pullback, and unless something changes. All right, you're getting a bit extended here, but it's holding, right? 388 is holding. Just that's where the strength is. Microsoft, AMD, and Nvidia are the three strongest names right now. All right, I was hoping to see if Google would continue. Google did not continue, so I'm thinking about this wedge formation here, which is a reversal pattern. Okay, I want it to show me first. I'm not just going to front run this move. All right, that's the title of this video is trading is not hard. You know, because it's not. It's us that makes it hard. So, looks like 143 short. And finally, this week is when I may get that pullback to get support, which is at 140 level. So I'm just going to play this wedge, guys. All right, I'm going to play this wedge. It's up at 147. The bottom end is going to be your 50-day moving average at 137.50. All right, so tomorrow we come into the day, depending on where the markets are, you can see right now we're rejecting 143. All right, I almost got long Google today, but it was just a beautiful freaking day, guys. If you guys are just joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm pretty much wrapping this up. Get your wins. Get the wins under your belt. I'm telling you, if you just need to get that confidence back, man, just pack them wins under your belt. All right, and join us. I want to be able to celebrate these trades with you guys. Huge trade on JP Morgan today. I'm just ecstatic. Tesla was beautiful. SPY was beautiful. Like, we didn't even take the long in the afternoon. We're just like, I'm good. I didn't. Google, I'm looking for either a break of 143, okay, which it may, and then I'm going to look to see if we just kind of like run out of steam and see what happens here. I'm not sure if it wants to test up here. See, it's not really a short yet. All right, you get up to 145, 146, then I'm going to be like, all right, is it time? If we gap down tomorrow or come in with the gap down pre-market, I'm going to still look for the bounce back, all right, to 143, and I'm going to look to get short 143, and I'm going to take this bad boy all the way back down to 138, 137, pretty much the 50-day moving average. All right, the 50-day moving average. I mean, this area tested as support at 139, but support bank. Yes, right here. I'm sorry. Yes, 138. You have this double bottom, triple bottom here. All right, support, support, and then you gapped above it, and you never really tested it. You just went. All right, it just went. It did test it a little bit, but you know, in my where I come from, like, you know, when you see a stock, you know, really solidified that it's put its foot in the ground and it's turned itself around. So that's you know, this could be a stock right now. Now that I'm going through it, it's like it may not be a long, it may not be a short either, but it is putting in an ascending wedge. Does it mean something for earnings? Does it mean, you know, could earnings be bad? Is there an event coming up? All right, that could give us this reversal. All right, AMD and NVIDIA, as you guys know, up, working their ways up to all-time highs. Don't fight the trend. All right, I was looking the other day at this little cup and handle here. Right, double top, breaks out, gaps up above it, holds it, gone. You had that really small pullback there. If you guys can see that little tail, pulled back into it, and then it went. All right, so that is AMD there. That's AMD. It still was green today. It was barely green. It was green. So it's looking at 160 now. I think they had a price target upgrade. All right, so that's AMD and NVIDIA. These are the three strong names. Oh, got one for you. All right, so if you're looking for a long, you know, they may not be setting up right now, but, you know, keep your eye on these names. These are the type of names you want to be long, not short. A couple ones. Real quick, I'm going to go through IWM, MSTR. Okay, MSTR. This is holding support, guys. So you could probably even look at Coin. All right, Coinbase. It's back at this support level, small gap here. All right, and it's bouncing and holding off of 475 or 474.50. All right, 474.50. It's got room to 510. All right, you do have a gap up. You have a gap here as well. All right, worst case, you know, you could see this thing have a small pullback. Maybe it gaps up tomorrow, possibly. Look for MSTR. All right, let me see here. All right, look for MSTR and even look at Coinbase tomorrow, right? Look for them. Let's see if they come in with the gap up. And look for the pullback down into today's close. 490, right? 490, 498, right in that area. I would like to see 489, 490 hold as support. Personally, I want to see 489.48. That's what I want to see. 489.50, but 489.50, 489.48. I'm sorry. That's the level I want to see pull back and hold if this thing is going to give you any more upside to the name. Right there. That's the level I want to see hold. If we get a pullback into this level, all right, I will go long this name because you have room. All right, you have room up to the previous high a day from Monday. All right, then you're getting into the gap fill. What I'm saying is you could come in, hit Friday's bottom, all right, and then it could put in a road. But that's up at 5:30. That's a nice little trade there. All right, that's a nice trade there. But guess what? The trend is to the downside. So either wait for the bounce and the rejection of 530 to break 469, 470, or maybe you're able to scalp along and get this thing to change around. I got to do a little more work on it. All right, I got to do a little more work, but don't get cute. This is what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking you into a trap right there. You want to get cute and get the reversal, and it never reverses. Right? It goes to 500, psychological number. It's in a downtrend. Sellers step down because they want to get rid of it. And then before you know it, this level cracked. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Go with the trend. If you have to wait for the bounce back and the reversal for the rejection, then you take the rejection. If you got to get through that rejection, then you wait for the pullback. Whatever you need to do to get your win. If you can see a setup and you think you can get it, just... if it's paying, you put it in your pocket. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. Hit that like button for me. God bless you guys. I want you guys to know I love you guys, and I want you guys to be able to come on the live stream, join us with these victory laps. All right, I want to run these laps with you. All right, what's up, Basic? How you doing, man? It does look for Microsoft. Yeah, MSTR. That was my point. Yes, MSTR. Exactly, it is. That was the trap. Where I'm saying, hey, let's look for the reversal down to 490 and get long. No, it's in a downtrend. That was the trap. Like that was the whole point at the beginning of this video, is finding the trend, sticking to the trend, right? Not trying to get cute and catch the reversal. So I was kind of setting you up for a trap there to end the video. All right, but this is a support. This is a support level. All right, so I would look for, and it pretty much looks like it's already done it. If it's going to sell back off right here, this is where you want to see, 510, to see if that, see what comes. Look at this. Look at the volume. It's low. It's a little high, but it's low for the most part. Look at the sellers. They're stacked. So the minute this thing gets back up there, we're going to find out. Are the buyers going to step up, or the sellers going to step down? Because if the sellers are stepping down, what does that tell you? That tells you the sellers want to get rid of this thing. They don't want it. They are up money. They're either up money or they're down money. They want to take their profits or they want to cut their losses. You have a nice level here at 558-ish, okay? Now, these spreads are wide, so I wouldn't expect anybody that's new-ish to trading to try to think that they can trade one of these names. But here's your previous quote-unquote resistance area, right? 514 to 520. So this is a stock that if you don't have the money for it, don't trade it, because you got to give it $5, possibly $10 to know that you're wrong. Or you wait for it to get to those levels. The problem with waiting for it to get to that level is it may not get there. You just have to be experienced. And again, with time, you're going to get better, guys. And again, that's how I want to lead this video off with. All right, so we went through Taiwan Semiconductors. We painted the picture. If you need to get your confidence up, take the small wins and just build them up. I don't care if it's 2 weeks, until the market gives you direction, whatever it is. Other than stepping away, other than, making sure, because if you're not going back over your trades, and if you are doing something wrong and you're not physically going back to see what are you doing wrong, is the market trading sideways and you're just trying, is it the market or is it you? So other than all that, don't fight the trend. So did I go through IWM? IWM is looking like it's right back into that prior resistance. We did not. So here's what I wanted to show you guys. The IWM is really extended, okay? There's a couple things that I do like that indicates we may get a small reversal off of IWM. I'm going to wait for the reversal. All right, I'm going to wait for the reversal. Just everything that I'm seeing with IWM, it's telling me that there may be a shot at a bounce back, right, to continue to the downside, possibly. All right, possibly. First off, on a weekly chart, this week isn't done yet, but this is a low volume pullback to the 200 weekly moving average, all right, along with the 50-day. RSI ain't bad. We can always use the RSI. The weekly chart, is that what I just went to? Or did I go to the monthly? No, weekly. I went to the weekly. All right, 200 weekly moving average. Daily chart, okay, on IWM. You have a key resistance. Here is the thing. I don't think the IWM, and it already did. Oh, that's why, guys. It gapped below it. It gapped below it. I knew it. I knew there was something going on there. So what I was going to say is the IWM, I was looking at the IWM up here, and I missed this trade because I traded something different. I was wanting a 196 short, 196, 197. But anyway, this level here is key. All right, 190 is a major level on this thing, and I was getting ready to say that I don't expect it to break it the first time it gets to it, but it gapped below it. The day of, it tapped it, and you did get some buyers off of that level, and it bounced higher, but then it gapped below it. And guess what? You have the 50-day coming in right here at where? At this prior flag, all right? Look at your RSI, everything you need to see. MACD still anchored down. It's not negative yet either, all right? But I want to see if we can start to fill this gap here, all right? And that gap is on the daily chart. And what it is you're just really extended. And now this is not me saying take a long to it, but if tomorrow, all right, you start to notice that we regain 190 and turn it into support, okay, even if we put in a lower low tomorrow and hold that 50-day, let's look to see how it reacts off of the 50-day moving average, which the 50-day just might be up here tomorrow when we open up, depending on where we open. It may gap up just a little bit or right up to the level at 188, 187.94. So what I'm going to look for tomorrow on IWM is if we can fill this here. Now what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I'm just going on, is the 9 EMA. All right, and look at the 20-day moving average in the 9 EMA. We have a huge gap there. All right, we're just really extended. All right, we're really extended there. So I want to see if we can start to try and put in a reversal, because I'm also wanting to see if the SPY and the Qs can just get up to that resistance level. We have jobless claims tomorrow. We want to see the labor market soften. We need some kind of good news. All right, because my plan is if we don't have good news and I don't have faith in this bounce, I'm going to be short. Not necessarily the IWM, but the SPY and the Qs, I'm going to be looking to get short those bounces possibly. Again, I don't expect much out of the indexes. Look at this volume that came in on the IWM today. Look at that volume here, guys. That's a bit of a sign of a reversal. You're getting some divergence. All right, so this is why I think we could start to see a little bit of, let's start, you got to get above 190 though. You got to get above there. So, if real quick, and I'm going to end the stream, tomorrow I want to see us make this dotted line support, and even if it's below it a little bit at a minor level, right? I still want to start seeing that we're turning support higher, like we're climbing the steps higher, and you're turning these levels into support, not resistance. And you're raising it, and every level you're getting to, you're making it support. So I want to walk it up, just like last week. Last week we said Sunday. I said Monday I want to look for a move. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday pause. Thursday we got some data, and then we come into bank earnings. Um, I don't like doing that, right? Saying I want to see if we get a nice move on the SPY. Monday and Tuesday, just kind of calm, like just choppiness. Thursday and Friday, or really Thursday or Friday, depending on the earnings, we get, possibly another second tradable move. But doing that may set you up for failure, because you're like, me doing that is me saying, or me thinking that I'm good enough to be able to just say what the market's going to do. If that was the case, I'd be a billionaire, not a millionaire, a billionaire. All right, but things change, right? News comes out of nowhere, so that's that, right? But it's okay from time to time to have an idea. Okay, that's the point. Is what is your idea, and how, if it plays out, it plays out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not a big deal. All right, just because we can call the market's moves doesn't mean shit. All right, can you press the buttons at the right time? Can you have the discipline to, either stay in the trade, take the trade when you're supposed to, all that fun stuff. Guys, I love you guys. I know I keep saying it. I'm just exhausted. So TSM, the VIX, we talked about the trades today. If you guys have any other ideas, go ahead, throw them in the comment section. If we could, just do me a solid, hit the like button. That'd be cool. I know you guys have already subscribed, some of you guys that are here. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. You guys have a great night. That's about all I got. I don't know if there was any news or anything that I missed throughout the evening, but we'll cover it in the morning. How about that? Go through your levels if you guys aren't doing much, and let's get ready for tomorrow. I will see you guys bright and early. You guys have a great night. I'll see you guys early in the morning. I'll try to open the stream up around 7:15, 7:30. All right. If I'm up well before then, I'll have it on and see if anybody's on. You guys have a great night. I see you guys in the morning.